Hey everybody, my name is Miss Haley. I know some of y'all know me and some of y'all don't. But what I'm doing today is a video on like a brain exercise or maybe a brain break, however you want to look at it. I know that you're doing a lot of schoolwork and sometimes you may need to get your brain woke up and you can do some brain exercises. And that's what I have here for you today is some things that will make your brain work, make it get up and going. Or you may call it a brain break because you're doing so much schoolwork. This is going to be something a little different. Your brain's still going to be just going, 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 and it won't be you won't be just wasting time on like TikTok or YouTube or something like that. And you can do these and just keep your mind awake, but just take a break from doing some schoolwork for a minute. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with you. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is something called Hink Pinks. So, a Hink Pink, we have an activity description here. There's nothing better than a brain booster that is also fun. Hink Pinks are word puzzles that use two-word clues to lead to a rhyming solution. Whether you're solving the riddles or creating your own, they're expanding your vocabulary, practicing rhyming skills, and discovering just how fun wordplay can be. Why is it helpful? This activity reinforces literacy skills by getting you to think creatively about language. When you create or solve a Hink Pink, they are increasing your vocabulary, improving your understanding of parts of speech, and developing an ability to construct rhymes, all skills that will help you write. Making up the riddles also encourages you to think critically and creatively because you have to develop the problem all the way through from start to finish. And although Hink Pinks can be tricky at first, once you get the rhythm, you'll be hooked on all the funny and nonsensical ways they can play with words. Here's what to do. A Hink Pink is a word puzzle that uses a two-word clue to lead to a rhyming answer. Here are a few to get your creative juices flowing. So your clue was tight carpet. Your solution has to rhyme, so it is a snug rug. So they come up with snug for tight, rug for carpet, and so a tight carpet is a snug rug. Your next one is going to be a simple locomotive. Well, we know that locomotives are trains, and we got to think of something that rhymes with train that's simple. So the answer would be a plain train. It's very plain, it's very simple. Next, our clue is empty seat. Well, a seat is also a chair, so you gotta think of something that rhymes with chair that means empty. So we have bear, so bear chair. I like to do mine backwards sometimes, like you saw there. Locomotive was train, and then seat was chair, and then I had to come up with a word that was in front of it to make it rhyme. All right, next we have our clue is a steak stealer. Our solution is a beef thief. So another word for stealer. So this one's I like to work, like I said, I like to work, back to front sometimes. So stealer is a thief. And then we have to come up with something that rhymes with thief and goes along with steak. So a beef thief. Our next one is amusing roll. So their solution there is fun bun. That one might have been a little tricky for me. I may have had to sit there and think about another word for roll for a little while before I come up with that one. Clue here is sugary paws. Their solution is sweet feet. Your last one is complimentary oak, and the solution is furry tree. So complimentary, like if you get something complimentary, it's furry, and then oak's a tree, of course. Now, in your packet, if you got one of the hard copy packets, there are going to be a few here for you. You'll see here has like a little definition for you and an example. So a black bird that does not fly fast is a slow crow. Here we've got a plate for a shark is a fish dish. And then here we've got, if you're frightened by a grizzly, it's a bear scare. So all your answers are going to be two words that rhyme. Now, if you want to do these online, there's a website here for you. It's listed out here. It's going to be www.thinkablepuzzles.com/hinkpinks. Now, that website looks like this. And you'll see here you have HinkPink links, and it goes 1 through 39. And it gets harder as you go. What you can do is you can click on the first link, and you have your clue. So number 1, move, female deer. So another word for female deer is doe. So I have to think of a word that rhymes with doe that means move. Well, that would be go. So go, doe. It's like you're telling her what to do. You're saying go, doe. Number 2, 24 hours with toys. Well, 24 hours is a day. If you have toys, it's play. So play day. Number 3, 50% giggle. 50% is half. Giggle is laugh, so half laugh. Let's see if we're right. So you have a little link right here that says click for HinkPink answers. We got go doe, play day, and half laugh. Okay. And you can go back if you click on this little link right here that says HinkPinks. It takes you back to your list all the way up to 39. And you can do those anytime you need to have like a little break, or maybe you need something to just wake your mind up and get it up and going for the day. All right, next we have rebus puzzles. Now, I really love rebus puzzles. They're really fun for me to do. If you've never met rebus puzzles before, then this quick introduction will explain all you need to know. They're essentially little pictures, often made with letters and words, which cryptically represent a word, phrase, or saying. This page explains, with the help of examples, 7 of the main ways in which a rebus puzzle might encode its solution. So they may have it based off of position. One of the most common devices is the positioning of the words and symbols, both relative to the rectangle containing the puzzle and to the other words and symbols. In this example, man, so the word man, is inside of moon. So the answer to this one is man in the moon. So man in moon. The next thing that might be used in a rebus puzzle is highlighting. Often attention is drawn to some part of the picture, often by an arrow or underlining, indicating that this is where we should be looking for the clue. Here the arrow points to the first aid, and thus the answer is first aid. So we have 1, 2, 3, or first, second, third, and it's pointed to the first one, so it's first aid. Direction may also be used in rebus puzzles, so closely related to the position is direction. When a word is spelled in any direction other than the usual left to right, it is generally relevant to the solution. The example illustrates wake up. So the word wake is going up. So our answer to that one was wake up. They may also use size. So unusually large or small words or symbols may be used to convey concepts like big, large, small, wide, etc. For example, the rebus puzzle here represents big deal. So inside of this box, the word deal is here, and it's really big, so it's a big deal. It may also go off of the number of things, number of words. The device of number is frequently exploited due to the closeness in the sound of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 10, etc. to other English words. This cryptic example shows forgot 10 heroes, and so the answer is forgotten heroes. So forgot 10 heroes, forgotten heroes. Next is style. The style of the font is sometimes relevant and might convey such concepts as tall, pretty, thin, slanted, etc. These letters are fat in this example, and so the answer is going to be fat chance. Sometimes you can hear a sound, like you just hear how it sounds. So very often rebus puzzles are phonologically cryptic. The sound will not always be exactly like the answer, but it will be close enough for you to recognize it. So this is ones upon, so that line is on top of something, so it's upon a time. So once upon a time. I've included some rebus puzzles for you, so if you got your paper packet, you have those here. So like here is the word promise, and it's broken. So broken promise. Now here we have the word spot. There's an X on it. So maybe X marks the spot. And you have one more sheet here for you to do. Now, if you want to do it online, you can go to this website. It's fun-with-words.com/rebus_puzzle_explain.html. And that website looks like this. So we have some puzzles. We can try to figure those out. So we have the word stance with the number 4 inside of it. So the 4 is in stance, for instance. So for instance, I think the answer to that one would be for instance. Here we have funny words. So it's probably going to do with like numbers or how many of the words there are. So there's 2 funny, 4 words. So 2 funny for words. The third one, we have the 1, but it's backwards, a square, and then a 2 backwards. Back to square one, maybe? That one's kind of weird. Back to square one. Oh, this one's doing it off color. So back over here, whenever we're talking about the 7 different things that can be used to show you a rebus puzzle, they're actually showing you an 8th one here. So this one has to do with color. So the word moon is blue. So this is once in a blue moon. I think we're right. So you have a link right here. You can click for answers. For instance, 2 funny for words. Back to square one. Okay. And once in a blue moon. Okay. We got that one. All right. Now, another thing that you can do is Sudoku puzzles. I know some people love Sudoku puzzles and some people hate them, but I personally like them. They can be challenging for sure. Now, if you don't know about Sudoku puzzles, the classic Sudoku game involves a grid of 81 squares. The grid is divided into 9 blocks, and each of those blocks contains 9 more squares. The rules of the game are simple. Each of the 9 blocks has to contain all the numbers 1 through 9 within its squares. Each number can only appear once in a row, column, or box. The difficulty lies in that each vertical 9-square column or horizontal 9-square line across within the larger square must also contain the numbers 1 through 9 without repetition or omission. Every puzzle has one correct solution, and I've included a few Sudoku puzzles for you. So if you got your paper packet, here is one of your Sudoku puzzles. Now, I did start out with some simpler ones. So whenever you do a Sudoku puzzle, you will start out with some numbers already filled in for you. So on this simpler one here, on this easier one here, we have a lot of numbers filled in for us. So if you can see on your screen where my mouse is, you want to have the numbers 1 through 9 going down. So in this whole entire column, you got to have the numbers 1 through 9. Also, if you look across this row right here, you have to have the numbers 1 through 9. You cannot repeat any numbers. You cannot leave any numbers out. So 1 through 9 going across. 1 through 9 going down. Now you also have to have the numbers 1 through 9 in this little square. So then this 3 by 3 square, you have to have the numbers 1 through 9. You cannot leave a number out, and you cannot duplicate a number. So you can't have the same number twice. So like I said, this was one of the easier ones. So in this first column right here, all we have to figure out is the one missing number. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we don't have a 7, and then we have 8 and 9, so that we'd have a 7 right there in this last little box in this column, if you can see where my mouse is moving. Now we can go over here at the top again, and we can go across, and it looks like we're only missing 1 in this whole entire row, so we should be able to figure that out pretty easily. We've got 1, and there's no 2, so we would put a 2 right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we'd have 1 through 9 in that row right there. Now you would have to keep going. You would do your columns, your rows, your boxes, and you may get like this one down here filled in first, because you can see right here, this bottom 3 by 3 square on the right where my mouse is moving, it's only got one missing number. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're missing a 6. So I'd put a 6 there. And you just keep going, and you just fill in the ones that you can get until eventually you'll have the whole entire puzzle filled up. And so if you got the hard copies, you have those here. But you can also go online to sudoku.game, and you can play free Sudoku games online. So here we have, this is a harder one. But like I said, going across, you can see where mouse is moving, going across, we would need to have the numbers 1 through 9. Don't repeat a number, don't leave out a number. And then going down this column, we would need to have the numbers 1 through 9. Where my mouse is moving. And then also in these 3 by 3 squares, you have to have the numbers 1 through 9. But you can't repeat a number, and you can't leave a number out. So I like on this Sudoku puzzle how they kind of like highlighted the different 3 by 3 squares just to show a little bit more contrast for you. So I would probably start, I don't know where I would start at. I would just have to sit here and play with it. Like I said, there's only one correct answer to every puzzle, and you just have to sit there and play with it sometimes. Sometimes you have to try. Sometimes it's trial and error. But once you do a lot, you'll get better and better with it. Now, I hope that you're able to use these little brain breaks or maybe brain exercises, however you want to look at it, to help you just not get so burnt out on schoolwork, but also not get burnt out on like TikTok, don't get burnt out on Fortnite, YouTube, stuff like that. If you want a hard copy of this, I can email it to you. So all you gotta do is send me an email and let me know that you want it. My email address is HTRANTHAM@pcsd.ms. So if you want a copy of this to print out so that you can do these sheets right here, then just let me know and I'll email it to you, and that way you can print it out and you can work on the hard copies. Or like I showed you, you can always go to your different links here. You've got your Hink Pink link, you've got your Rebus puzzle link, and then we have our Sudoku puzzle link. So if you need anything, just let me know. Send me an email anytime. I hope y'all have a great summer, and I will see y'all later.